So, in today's client interview, I'm interviewing Graciela, and she joined our program super nervous, had no idea what she was in for, just knew one thing, and she knew she was ready for a change, she was ready for the blueprint to grow, she was ready to commit, and she decided no more waiting, no more sitting in a corner, and you'll learn more about her story here in a sec. No more putting it off. She said, I'm gonna figure this out. She invested into the Consulting Blueprint program, and within a month, a single month, 30 days, we took her from charging less than $1,000 for her offer to charging $10,000. She didn't just do it once, but she did it twice. So she had a huge leap. She went from less than $2,000 a month to over $20,000 a month. She's got a third verbal agreement to work with her in her program as well. She's actually a mindset coach, particularly for women in the world of fitness. She got a 6-month program where she works intensely with her clients. It's a really, really neat niche that she's in, and we helped her build her offer from scratch, changed the way she positioned it, changed the way she was selling it, changed the way she thought about her offer, taught her sales, showed her how we sell, how we go about these consult calls, showed her how to generate consistent consult calls on the calendar so she has the opportunity to make these offers, and we showed her how to relax on those calls and just enjoy them. And you'll learn more about how she did these things in the interview. So it's a very, very cool story. Not to mention, I should have mentioned this at the start, she's a single mother, I think of 3 kids. And so she's figuring all of this out with us directly as we're coaching her in our daily group calls. She's going through our 60 to 70 hours of content material, referring to it every single day as if it's like living, breathing material, which is the whole idea of the program. And she's just following the ritual. She's following the action. She's a great example of a client, and I'm excited to interview her here on YouTube. So be sure to schedule your consult call below with myself or the team. If you're inspired by Graciela's story, if you're tired of kind of sitting on the fence and just saying, maybe one day, or I might, or, this might be a good fit for me, or I'm not really sure exactly who Trey works with, you're not gonna be able to really figure that out by watching our YouTube videos, to be honest, or watching our ads or whatever. You have to book a call and come skeptical and come willing to ask hard questions because we're ready to answer them. So book your call. We'd love to speak with you and see if you are a good fit. If you're not a good fit, obviously we won't let you in. But if you are a good fit, hopefully you can become like our client, Graciela. So it's gonna be a great interview. Watch the entire thing in full and be sure to leave a comment of support for Graciela in the comments because she's an incredibly inspiring woman. And I'm excited to see her continue to succeed. Welcome to the channel, Graciela. Graciela, welcome to the channel.
Hey, thank you for having me in. First of all, thank you, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got an incredible story, and it's more than worth documenting. You've only been in the program a little while now, and the whole community is inspired. You've closed 2 massive deals. I think we've helped you break through all kinds of mental hurdles, and credit to you, really. The material's there. We help, but it takes the right client and with the right attitude and the right mentality to really lean into what we teach. And I think you've done it very well. And I'm excited. I told you right before we turned on the interview that I want to get you to 7 figures. I want you to be one of our 7-figure clients. So we're going to work closely with you to make sure that happens. So
I already know that it's possible. And
yeah, no
yeah.
doubt. No doubt. Well, tell the viewers your story a little bit, kind of what brought you to us and what you've been able to do since you've joined.
Actually, it was kind of funny the way that I met you, because I follow one of these guys. Actually, he was your mentee, Bastion. So I was like, who's who's the man behind Bastion? It's like, because I want to go with the best. And I saw you like, you know what? And one particular thing that I want to share is just I didn't like watch all the videos. I just watch one and it was like, he's the man. It just text you. And it's like, I follow on Instagram and just like you reply back. It's like, oh well, I don't have the money yet because like I share with you. I will say the day that I got with you, 7 or 8 weeks before I invest with 3 different mentors. So right away. I was like, I don't have the money yet, but I'm gonna move resources. And you said, yeah, just one thing that I love is that you were not any like pushing or selling, nothing, just pure help. And I was like, wow, this guy, I love their energy. So short story, I will say I did those movements back on Mexico, and then I got the money and I was like, I was trying to reach you out. It's like, he's no longer Instagram. I don't know what was happening, right? And then I reached out on Facebook, and then finally, so your Instagram was back, and it's like, hey, and you were reaching out to
Love
me
it.
like,
Yeah, I remember the story.
dude,
I was like, I've been banned on Instagram when you were trying to join. And the
yeah.
second I got back on Instagram, I like immediately was like, I gotta get you in. So yeah, I messaged you was like, hey, I'm back. Like, are you still good to go? And then we got you started. What happened after you invested? What was your first impressions and how has it been being a part of the community?
Oh my God. After the first day, I just immediately you were sending me the emails. I filled it out and was like, holy, I did it.
Mm,
One thing that I want to mention for people are just like, I do have two mentors, three mentors, whatever. If you know that, if you feel that something like I was sharing with you, something is missing, just invest. It doesn't matter. You have to do what you have to do. Well, once I joined the program, it's like immediately, I will say less than 24 hours after that, I just hung up on a call, and they helped me. I think it was Dylan, right? Helped me to clarify the offer and all that. Like, wow, this is easy.
mm-hmm,
So right away, I went from 4 weeks for a 4 week program to, in my mind, immediately shift to the 6 months,
mm-hmm,
and the price and all that. It was like, wow, holy, and I did my first 10K. I'm like, damn, it's easy. It's
mm-hmm,
easy. And I immediately in my mind, one thing that I helped me, and I remarked in the training portion, self-image, reconciliation of the self-image and money. I was
mm-hmm,
just, the vision was really, really lost about that, about myself. And you guys helped me to understand that really, really quick. It was just
mm-hmm,
like, that's true. It's just the money, the self-image that I have about the money. So just even watching that video is so worth it. It's worth it more than, I will say, $20,000. I'm telling
mm-hmm.
you,
That's awesome.
really,
I'm glad to hear
without
that.
any exaggeration. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of our clients, like when they come in and they've got this idea of like what the program would be, that they're like all about the strategy and marketing, and that's important for sure. But like we address every element. Like I just give down what has worked for me. That's it. And what has worked for me is first and foremost working on my head and my mentality, and then and how I view money and how I view the world, and then working on the funnels. Because if you have the right foundation, you can make any strategy work, right? And mix that with having strategies that do work. We show you sales, show you the marketing strategies, show you how to fill the calendar, we show you how to build your offer. Mixing those things together is a dangerous combo for sure.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous combo.
Another,
So
yeah, go for it.
yeah. So what did the first like 60 days in the program look like for you, man? You were on a lot of group calls, asking a lot of questions. Like, how did it feel? And also, how did it feel to close your first 10K client? Like, what was that like?
Actually, if you actually, I'm just a month and a few days in into the program, not even 60 days.
That's
So
crazy. I didn't
yeah,
even realize that. That's
really,
crazy.
yeah, like, yeah, it's not even like even 2 months. It's like, because I
Yeah.
just counted the weeks, the change is incredible.
Yeah.
I will say another big takeaway about the calls is they mentioned about the outcome, and I always was pricing my services about the hours, about the worksheets, all those stuff. The
Yeah.
outcome is the thing.
Yeah.
So all the exercises that you guys provide, and I just been doing it. It's like, damn, that's true. So I
Mm,
shift my mindset about the pricing, because I was like a remarking. I was valuing I was selling my time. I
mm.
was trading my time. I was just selling the worksheets. And no, I don't. People, like you said, people, we don't buy the worksheets. We don't buy the videos. We buy the outcome. So
Yep.
that was a huge, huge mindset shift for me as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, it's really good. Like once you start to think about not what do I do, but does
Do.
I what does what I do for my clients do for them? That's when you start to have a more clearer sense of the value of your offer. So walk people through your niche and what you do so that people can understand like what you're selling for $10,000 multiple times over. Like what do you even do for your clients so people can maybe understand? Because it's an interesting niche you're in. It's not like
Yeah.
I don't think it's what people would think. I'm sure I mentioned it in the intro, but I think people would want to hear it from your own words.
Well, at first I was selling my program, and just to recall a little bit, I was selling a program, 4-week program, just selling mindset, just for women and for women entrepreneur and just that.
Hmm.
So the outcome, it wasn't even like clear, right? So by joining the program, like I said, less than 5 weeks ago, I just like clarified everything. Okay, I'm serving entrepreneurs, women. I help them to shift their mindset and also helping with the fitness goals. I'm not doing the diet. I'm working the best asset, which is your mindset, because I noticed for myself when I'm lacking on my fitness, the business is show.
Mm-hmm.
So, and might as well, like, why, as a woman, I think I want to look good and I want to do good in business as well. So that is the main thing. And another thing that I would love to remark, and it's that I'm not just like niche down. I'm serving people, and that also has brought me more like, I will say, eyes on my offer. Like, if I help them really to set the goal, working around their beliefs, their habits, building a self-image, and achieve that goal. So that can work for either business or fitness goal. So that is the main thing that I do, and I've been loving it. And even for myself, I changed my self-image so quickly about the money, because I was like, at first I was like, you know what, in my mind, I'm gonna offer my 4-week program and then the bigger one. And my next, after I got my first client, my first thing,
You were charging like what? You were going to charge like $1,500, right? Or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
$1,500 for 4 weeks. And I was like, my second
Crazy.
client was like, this lady came to me, is like, you know what, 6 months with me, I'm gonna help you to achieve your goals. By you doing those things that I'm telling you to do, you're gonna achieve that. Like, and 6 months, 10K. And it was like, was easy for me. And she was like, yeah. So it was really like easy. In my mind, I was like, you know what, why are you gonna offer the 4 weeks? Go for the big thing. And
Yeah.
it did work. So like,
It's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's
yeah,
really cool. Yeah, I think a lot of people have this idea that like, in order to charge more, you have to take a lot of time to build your authority and like you have to have a ton of background and experience. But I think you're an example of like really it's more about helping your client understand where they're trying to get. And if
yeah,
you believe you can help somebody get there, then what does it cost? Like one of the things that I learned when I was a wedding photographer is like if you were to shoot a wedding for clients, and I'm sure you've heard me use this example before, like if you were to take the wedding photos that they have when they're like in their 70s and they've been married for like 40, 50 years, like what would it cost to buy those photos back from a client? Well, it would cost, it's a priceless. You would never be
right.
able to get them off them. Yet wedding photographers sell wedding photos for like $1,000. So it really helped me think about my offer a bit differently. And it's the same with our offer with what we do for our clients. Like we're helping you build lifelong sustainable businesses. And
Yeah.
so why charge like $500 for that? We've got a real program. And so, yeah, I think it's a different way of thinking. And I also would think it's not just a way to collect more cash, but it's a way of serving your clients better too. Cause I'm sure now that they've bought an outcome and they've not just bought like, some resources from you and some coaching hours with you, they're actually devoted to getting to
Oh,
that outcome and doing what you say to get there. Right.
you know what? Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that even this girl, like I said, I'm gonna just reevaluate her next week. Just
Mm,
probably the third one in the club, right? But it's like, I noticed the quality. They're even more compromised. They're even more double thinking about it's too much. It's like, no, the quality of the client change, because guess what? We are changing. And that is one thing that I was just like, wow, amazed. The
mm,
quality of people that you attract, it's
mm,
it changed right away. And the
mm,
level of confidence that you have right now is like, you know what? I'm doing my daily things and I know it's working, and I don't have that pressure, or I'm not like one thing, I'm not needy. I'm not needy, that needy energy, like trying
mm,
to convince us, like, no. I'm convinced that the things that I'm doing are working. And even my girls was like, yeah, after 6 months, so what's next? Like, yeah, okay. On month 3, I'm just gonna share more. So that opened me even more the door. Like, okay, well, maybe a mastermind, maybe go more deeper. It's like the vision is growing. It's not like just 6 months and over. No, it's like they're even asking me about next. Once we finish the 6 months, it's a retreat. It's a mastermind. What is next? It's like, oh, holy, I'm inspiring that. And less than 5 weeks with you guys. It's like, wow, damn, worth it every single penny.
I love
Yeah,
it. I love hearing it.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
just it's a fundamental perspective shift on what you do for your clients and how you serve them, you know. And I
Yeah,
think, you know, once you can apply a new way of thinking to your offers, like we've had clients come in and, you know, credit to them, it's fine. They're like, hey, I didn't really want to change my offer or like how I position myself. And like that's fine, but you're paying us ultimately for us to grow your business. And so if you're willing to let us change the way that you think about your offer so that it has more torque, so that
yeah,
has more potency when you present it in front of somebody, is that they actually commit to the process that you have set up for them, then all of a sudden, you know, you can have more pull like what you have with your clients where they're literally asking for, you know, what's the next step? Like, is there a mastermind I can go to? Is there a retreat I can go to? Like, how do I get more of this? And it's because you've changed fundamentally what you were selling. It's not that you sell the same thing at 1,500 that you would sell at 10 grand. It's that you were literally selling something completely different. You're not selling time and information. You are selling a transformation in where somebody wants to get. And at the end of the day, you know, humans are driven by where they want to be, not by learning new things. You know, even the reason why somebody would go to college is so they can like get a job. So they're not there even really to learn the things at college. They just hope it would get them a job. So they're always looking at that next step. And yet, you know, people come into our program sometimes and like, oh, I really want to do this specific niche, this specific offer. It's like, if you don't let us help you, you won't see the results like you've seen. If you don't let us tweak the way you think about your offer, we won't get the results like we've gotten with Graciela. So, what are your words of advice to somebody who's maybe, you know, where you were, you know, with a $1,500 or lower offer? They're not really sure how to charge more for it. Like, let's say you're on a coaching call with them and you're trying to help them like charge more. Like, how would you do that? What would you tell that person? And what would you encourage somebody at that stage to do?
first of all, invest in themselves first. You have to invest in themselves. They have to see that okay, why first of all ask themselves why I think that my value or my time is just only worth this. Why?
Mm,
It's just that simple principle. Why? Because and that why is all the lies, all the stories that we have on our minds that don't even true, that it's where are those are coming from. And from that place, one thing that I have to do for myself is like put myself on the game. So I want with big wins, I have to put skin on the game.
yep.
Investing time and money, of course, non-negotiable. So
Yep.
if even if like I said, I do have three kids. So it's not like okay, I have a easy. So there are 3 kids. I do have payments. I do have car, all those things. But I do have also a vision, and I do have also. I want to give them options. I don't want to like going to the store and have to pick, and that is something that bothers me. And now, like, you know what? If I do it right, they're like my oldest one, she's 12. My little one, he's 7. So they're gonna see that, oh, she's doing that. And now even once in a while I enter into the office like, oh, you're in Zoom. Okay, that's cool. So they don't even like I'm changing their mindset unconsciously because they see me like, mommy, you're here at home and you're earning money. So there's money here. You don't have to go and drive. It's like, no, I want to do that later. So they don't even know yet. So I'm even changing their mindset unconsciously. But for that woman or that man that is like, okay, I'm charging this and I want to, they see their life or they want to move themselves faster, hire someone that is doing that. And one particular, well, so many things about the program that I love: community, daily calls. Another one is the sales process, guys. Sales, you teach sales. It's not even a selling, it's helping others to get what they want. And it was, I eye opener for me as well. So relaxed and relaxed energy, no like selling, taking another approach, and it's just so much that you guys offer that I just like, wow, I was missing this for a long time.
That's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad to hear that. Well,
Wow.
and when we first had our consult with you, like you told me about your kids and the setup that you have currently, and it inspired me. Like I just think, you know, your story of taking a risk, and even somebody watching this interview right now might hear Graciela be like, yeah, invest in yourself, but then they're like, oh, but I'm not like her, or I'm not ready for that, or what. But like, I love your story of just like going all in and saying, you know what, like I'm gonna put my back against a wall and just do what these people tell me to do because they've helped other people too.
Yeah.
And with kids, like with kids, with bills, with a life to figure out, like it's just inspiring to me. And I don't think a lot of people have the sort of strength that you have to do that. So I just want to like say that it's just super cool to see, and I love that we attract clients like you who are very serious about, you know, changing their lives and transforming their businesses forever and changing their income and having more time. And you know, I'm excited for when, you know, you're running a 60, 70, 80, $100,000 a month business, you know, a year, 2 years out, and like you've got the time to be with your kids. And like I can't wait for that. And I want you, like my personal goal for you and is that you can show them what you were able to build despite the restrictions that you were under, and inspire them in that way and give them those options. So that's what motivates me more than anything. And you know, if you're watching this and your story is kind of like Priscilla's, like I want you to be inspired, and I want you to see the value in being in the right group, being in the right community. You know, more than CB being just like the Trey program, like we've got such an incredible team of coaches. Our community is so vibrant with so many different people and different backgrounds, different experiences, different goals. And we've got just, I mean, you've experienced it, Grace. So you mentioned it. It's just like, it's such a good place to be if you're trying to grow your business. And I hear it I probably get 6 messages a day, someone thanking me for the community and thanking me for the support that it provides. And it's just so cool to see that clients like you are winning at the level that you're winning. Like a year ago, I would have never believed that we could do this for somebody, and now today it's like it's just effortlessly happening, which is just amazing. So
Can I
yeah, I'm
add something?
super impressed by your progress. What were you saying?
Can I add something real quick? About
Yes,
you
please.
mentioned something like effortless. Oh my gosh. When I
Mm,
enter in every single call, I just feel like effortless. It's so smooth, so relaxed. It's just you guys, the team, all of you make us see, make us think in a different way. Different
mm,
perception, easy, business is easy. I got that for you. Business is
mm,
easy. It's everything is easy. Why not? Why not, right? So
mhm,
right now, when I approach business, when I approach people, like I'm, I know that I'm already on the way. So even they feel the energy, people are reaching back. It's like, you know what? And now I just like have the time that like that is amazing. And remarking these guys, remarking if you like just like, oh guys, maybe she's speaking because she has a no, I did have to move things around. And sometimes seeing the bills and all, like who's one one thing that I can share with the woman, especially with the woman,
mm,
like, okay, I want to get someone that is taking care of me. No, you are the one. And
mm,
yeah, you can have someone, right? But you are the one that is providing for yourself and your kids. And
mm,
you have to be resourceful, meaning, well, instead of I don't have, so what can I do? Borrow money, put in a credit card, selling something, wherever, because you have to move out from the place that you are. You don't have to. One thing that I learned from the program is taking decisions from the place that you want to be. You have to create that first in your mind. And sometimes, like when I hear that, I used to hear interviews and like, "Oh, it's so easy for them." Believe me, it's not easy, but it's worth it. In less than 5 weeks, putting the time, putting
I
in
love
five
it.
weeks, I went from 1,000, charging one, not even about well, the money is important, right? Because it's a resource, but not even seeing myself as charging more than $1,500 to charge 10K.
Yep.
And feeling it because I know I'm transforming lives. So it's like, wow, holy, it works.
I
Yeah,
love it.
take the decision. Take the decision. Um, you guys are flexible. I mean, you work with me. I was like, I'm gonna get back to you. And most of the people's like, yeah, maybe she's gonna just like, no, I want to go back to you, and I get back to you. Maybe it was like two and a half weeks after our first call, something like that. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I see the value right away. So
Yeah, I
just
love it.
do
No,
whatever.
it's such a cool story you have. You're just like, I think what you had that some of our viewers might not have is like that raw conviction, knowing that you are like, that you have to put yourself against a corner. And I would almost ask, like, what made you feel that way? What made you feel like I have to figure this out? And how could you help other people feel that way? So that they can make the decision. And honestly, whether it's us or someone like us, just to corner yourself and say, all right, I'm going to make an investment and get that help. Like, what motivated you to do that in the first place?
In the first place, okay, because I know the other side of the coin, which is okay, so give it up, go in the 9 to 5, and that's it. But now it's like there's not even an option.
Mm,
So when once your mind is aware of something bigger, or you have that dream, or you see your kids, like when you go to the store,
mm,
or you see or even if you don't have kids, don't talk about the kids. Even if you go to the store and you see like, damn, damn, literally I'm seeing the price and see if I like that.
mm,
Wow, wow, come on. And
mm,
waking up to the reality every single day is more painful than having a credit card that you have to pay. It's like,
mm,
no way. I do know pretty well the other side of the coin, which is lacking for working even overtime and not having the money even closer to make the payments that I do want. And if I get lucky, just go to vacation if I get lucky. It's like,
mm,
no, no. And that is like one thing that even like I said, right now I see the payments. I see like I detach. I do have control. It's like who's gonna determine how I feel, me or the payment, me or the rejection, me.
mm,
I let that go. I let go and let God. I always put in my mind, let go and let God. If He gave me one quote that I can share with the ladies, is like, if God give you the life is the gift Himself, but what you do with the life is the gift that you get back to Him. So,
mm,
and I'm not messing up with God. I'm sorry. So like, I'm a
mm.
big believer, or if they believe in the universe, or if they want to do for someone else, it's like, you know
Right.
what? It's yeah, it's like
Yeah.
mixing a religion, but it's like, come on, just look at yourself
Yeah.
all the mirror, and it's like, if I don't change nothing, I just can entertain myself doing something, but next year, next month, it's gonna be the same thing. And when I reflect that, it's like, oh, I have to snap out.
Yes. I love that thought. Like, unless you change today, you will be the same tomorrow and the same the day after.
Yeah,
It's like you don't have any other option other than to make a commitment, like either yes or no today. Like, it's either, all right, I'm going to stay where I'm at, or I'm going to
move.
take things to another level. It's in, and people will push it off and push it off and push it off. But what they don't realize is they're building the habit of pushing it off, and then they never do it. So like, if you push it off, you actually say forever that you're going to push it off. What you decide to do right now is what you're going to continue to decide to do. And people don't think like that. You know, they think, oh, I'll get around to it. But like, no,
Yeah,
you either do it or you don't. And time doesn't work like that. You can say, oh, I'll do it later, especially with something as important as like starting and growing a successful business. Like, it's really not something like, I like to imagine that if you start off by saying, oh, I'll do it later, the business will punish you for having waited, because you won't have the right attitude and you won't have actually made a solid decision to
yeah.
commit. And
I
I see that as true for myself. Like, I see that as the, like, hiring a team, for example. It took me way too long to commit to doing that. And now that I've finally done it, it's like I've had to learn so many lessons the hard way, because I didn't just say, all right, I'm just going to do it. And then same with running ads, same with, scaling up our program, and all kinds of things. Like, if I just decided that I was going to do it instead of waiting until the right time, then I think those decisions will be more powerful, because there is no right time. There is never the right time. It is only, you only have right now. And
Yeah.
today is going to define how tomorrow is going to be, which is going to define how the next day is going to be, and on and on and on, really for the rest of your life. And I love that quote. Like, I think God's gift to you is your life. Your gift back to God is what you do with it. And that's just called stewardship. You know, I mean, we have to steward our lives and use them for as much as we can use them for while we have the time here on the planet. So yeah, I love your story, Graciela. It's seriously super cool. Like, I don't think we have one like it out of CB. So I love spending some time with you today. I appreciate you hopping on the channel.
Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate this, and this is when I thought about myself, I was like, come on, if if I can just not even motivated because I'm not used to I'm not using motivation. It's inspiration when you get in touch with this thing that is always driving you for something, but you always like know the house or when or shut down those voices and just go for it. And like I dream marking so much this. Oh God, the money. Do whatever do whatever. I sometimes I have to borrow and the my money, and that's it's not fun, but it's something that it's or delaying. I want to get my car. I want a new house. All once. But I think my best investment in it's gonna sound cheesy, but it's the best investment is yourself. Once you're aware of something, no one can take that away from you. No one. And oh, I forgot to mention this. One thing that I love from you guys is you teaching principles.
Hmm.
Principles. You know, like, hey, do this 1, 2, 3. No, principles. And how we apply those principles, of course, and with your guidance, is the results that we get. But it's the principles. I love that concept because it works every time. It's like every diet. It's a concept. It works, but you have to do the work. You have
Yep.
to be committed. Yeah, every single day.
Absolutely. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Well, thanks for the high praise and, for encouraging some people to potentially join us. I love having clients on the channel, and this is an interview that I was really looking forward to. So I'm really happy we found time to do this. I'm sure we'll do another interview as a follow-up sometime down the line. And once you've grown even further. So, yeah, thanks for some of your time, and hopefully your story has inspired a few people to just take a leap and get the help that they know they need to get in order to grow their business. And I love what you said. You've really got one life. Like, you get to make a decision as to where you're going to be a year, 3, 5, 10 years from now. And if you put that off, you lose so much in that time of just waiting for the right time. There is no right time. It's why I'm an extreme example is like why I'm getting married. I hear all kinds of people saying, "Oh, Trey, you gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait." I'm like
Wait for what?
I'm gonna commit like today. It's just my attitude. It's just how you do anything is how you do everything. I'm not gonna be like, oh, what if there's like another better girl, or oh, what if it's just like, no, like I love her, she loves me. Let's figure it out. Like let's do it. And so it's the same with my business too. Like if I were to niche hop and like change my service over and over again and change what I would get nowhere. It's just pick one thing, make the decision, and figure it out. And I think a lot of people are looking for the shortcut, but I think you said, you know what, Trey, like I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do, and I'm gonna figure it out with you guys. And I think that's why you got such great results. Is you just came in ready to rock, and I think anybody can make the decision in their own head that they're just gonna follow the material and they're gonna get the most out of the community, and they're gonna repeat a similar success to what you've seen. So I just want to say congrats, and I think you're a very special client. And I think I'll end the interview right about here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And yeah, like guys, don't wait and ask yourself, why not you?
Hmm.
Why not you? Why not you the next story? Why not you
Say
that
why not? Why not you?
why not me? Yes, why
Why not
not
you?
me? Why not me giving me myself this opportunity? This is the
Yeah.
biggest gift. No the iPhone, no the upgrade on the car. It's you. Why not you? But thank you so much, Trey. I appreciate
Yeah.
your
Thank you, Graciela. I appreciate it.
time.
Wonderful having you.